The Texans on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They'll be brought out by a player who was undrafted back in 2015 out of Old Dominion. Last season, his first as a starter. It's Taylor Heineke.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 17 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game planning and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing, Heineke. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. After the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Oh, he shifts past him. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through 1 would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 123 yards and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. Out of the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
One part, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Second and 5 now. Heineke. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Heineke. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Heineke on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. On play action, Heineke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Grant Calcaterra, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Fields. He finds his target, it's Schultz. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. And he will have the Bears first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 04 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as a head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running left, it's Henry. To about the 40-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Fields. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Fields. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. The Bears at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. A first down carry for Henry. He's got it to the 43 here. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Fields. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Henry running right. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 2nd and 9, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Jones has it. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Gotta say, I was really surprised to see him try to come out in the shotgun for less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd and a yard. Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He's going to get it again, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. To throw is Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Devontae Smith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Heineke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
From the 44, Fields. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Second down, here's an option right. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These two teams all tied after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. Here's Fields. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Tucker's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And
Anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Play action now. Here's Heineke.
Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carlos Dunlap. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack.
Heineke.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
To throw is Heineke.
And that will be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed up all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Braden Moore now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Holding, offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Henry again on 2nd down.
Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to drop something good here on 3rd and 13.
Fields now to throw.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Grant. A nice little juke. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And a play fake, and now Heineke.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Heineke.
And he knocks the ball away. It falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He picked that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Heineke from the gun on 3rd down.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
It was the linebacker, Shaquille Leonard, who applied the heat. So they're 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Fields.
The left side completion to Jones. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Fields on first down.
Escaping the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play, and then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off, and he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
On first down, it's Fields.
And this complete to Henry over the middle.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Boys, you got this.
From the 16, Fields. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
try and run for it with Henry.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. Now it's Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks at tables end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Houston set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing. Heineke. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. McCaffrey on the counter. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the 1st half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we'll step aside. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man-covers are so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
From the 50, here's Fields.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Back to throw. Fields.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen, and we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it, but this one winds up no good.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up in the Twin Cities. Minnesota hosting Detroit in the NFC North. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. The Lions trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Kenny Pickett throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's been no contest in terms of the rushing yards. You see a much, much brighter picture there.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And right side, Henry's got it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Chicago. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
Their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Jonathan Jones. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Fields throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Fields.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tucker's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what was 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A first down throw for Heineke. Now this will be caught by Mooney. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Heineke. That's complete to Mooney. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 30 on 2nd down, Heineke. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Heineke. And that is incomplete. Patterson now for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chicago offense set to get started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. From just shy of midfield, Fields got his man complete over the middle. It's Henry. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 52 yards for him on the ground after 18 carries.
These are guys who are less on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now a first down throw. Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Schultz.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On second down, here's Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
He's got Smith here.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
This has been a long drive. In fact, seen up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Devontae Smith
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? The open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
And here comes the Texans now. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Now Heineke.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Heineke now.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And they'll throw again. Heineke.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 13.
Fields now to throw.
And this one's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A toss left. Henry. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Heineke's foot.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. From the 41,
Fields.
and he'll find Thielen on the right side.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A handoff running left, Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21. So that drives 7 plays in length, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Heineke's throw taken in by Diggs. On 3rd down, Heineke. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 4th down, Heineke. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To the air again. Heineke finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A handoff left. McCaffrey gets past one man. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coach would always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now Heineke on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's got it to about the 40. Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Fields.
target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Running left, it's Henry. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll run forward with Henry. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this one into Colin for the Chicago Bears. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses.